As you guys can tell, if I move this camera just a little bit, I own a lot of arcade sticks. Okay, currently I'm looking at like 7. Let me move this over a wee bit. There we go. I'm looking at like 7. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 8 arcade sticks. I don't even know how to count. I don't even know how many sticks I have. That's really unfortunate. I've tried a lot of sticks. I've tried a lot of arcade sticks. Okay, and there are some sticks back here that I no longer. There are some sticks that I no longer own that I've tried before. That being from the PS3 generation because I didn't keep them, and 2 PS4 sticks that I didn't keep. I should have kept them. I'd have a lot more sticks. Anyways, I figured it's about time for me to make an arcade stick buying guide, right? I talk a lot about arcade sticks, arcade stick hardware, what arcade sticks I like the most, what my favorite arcade sticks are, what my least favorite arcade sticks are, but I've never really gone into the nitty-gritty of what different price levels are for arcade sticks, what kind of parts to look for in an arcade stick, what kind of casing and features to look for in an arcade stick depending on your price range, and of course, compatibility. Now I kind of want to get into this real quick. The main things are compatibility, durability, and body. I guess customizability is kind of important too, so those 4 factors. The reason why I say that is because it doesn't matter if you have a stock TE2 and you don't like the buttons, they can be changed because customizability. You want it for the body, you want it for the compatibility, and you want it for the sturdiness. Okay? And the reason why is because they're not like regular controllers, they're very customizable. Now, there are certain things that I would like to omit that I think you should just completely remove from the equation. I only have one of them currently. I don't have the other one. This is the Horde. This is the Madcatz Fight Stick Alpha. This thing, to customize it, it's a 6-button stick. First of all, 6 buttons. Okay, this is customized. The only way to customize this is to know how to recrimp wires, cut wires, and put in new buttons. Okay, the buttons that come in it normally are hardwired. You have to know how to solder. I would totally omit this from like the lowest quality category. Speaking of categories, I like to break down arcade sticks into 4 different categories. Let's open this screen. Let's go to our display capture. 4 different categories, okay? That is entry level. We'll fill this out as we go. Sub $100 for the entry level, okay? And what you're usually going to get with these is I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Easy first, nice. It sounds like all downside, but it's just to get into it, right? So if all you're looking to do, let me control minus, make this smaller. If all you're looking to do is get into an arcade stick, I think that there are still some good entry-level arcade sticks. But if you might want to keep a stick for a really long time, maybe don't go for something sub $100 in the entry-level category. For a few honorable mentions, I think that the Combodrome is a great stick. I have one behind me. Especially if you're PS4, right? If you're PS3, for some reason, my God, I hope you're not, or PC, I think the Conba Carbon is even better. Conba Carbon. I think the Conba Carbon's a great stick. I have both of those behind me, as a matter of fact. The reason why I say hard to customize, it's not always because of their, because of the fact that you have to learn how to resolder, or because you have to learn how to open it up, because that's not really that hard. You can't change this artwork, right? This is like printed onto the body, a very small body, right? If I get a full-bodied arcade stick, it's the same layout, but look how much smaller it is, right? Look at that, right? So that's something to note. Is that even with these smaller arcade sticks, there's still upsides. Those upsides usually being that they're cheaper, right? This is a cheaper arcade stick. This is this runs like $69.99 or like $79.99, something like that. $80, sub $100. Like I said, comes with proprietary parts. Does not come with arcade standard parts. These are arcade standard parts that I put on. These are Sonwell buttons and a Sonwell lever with a crown bat top. Okay, I put this on here. Didn't come with it. What it came with instead One of my sticks fell. What it came with instead was these. This is a stock combo drone. Let me zoom in. This is a stock combo drone. Okay, I'm sorry, combo carbon, right? Comes with combo buttons and a combo lever. Okay, these are proprietary parts that are made by the company, Combo, that makes the arcade sticks. Okay, in full-bodied sticks, you're usually gonna get Horde, Hayabusa proprietary parts or Sono parts, the tournament standard, right? This stick, it's small, right? This thing has very little compatibility. This is a $60 stick, right? $59.99, $69.99, one of those, either $59.99 or $69.99. Works on PC and PS3. The main thing is that it works on PC. So if you're a PC player and you're just looking to get into the genre, learning how to play fighting games, or want to figure out if you've been playing on pad for a long time, if stick is right for you, this stick is pretty good. All right, it's got a nice reflective surface. You can see that. You can see the OBS right there. That's the OBS. You can see that on the stick itself. The back is matte. It can be opened up, change all your parts in it, right? Cool. I think that these are two of the better entry-level arcade sticks. There's also the Mayflash sticks, but the problem with the Mayflash sticks, I'm going to go ahead and put them on here too. Should probably pick up that arcade stick. What about the Combo Canyon? What, that doesn't exist. I was about to. I had to make sure I didn't spell that wrong, dude. The problem with the Mayflash sticks is that they actually require you to have a controller plugged into them if you're trying to use them for something. That was a good one. You fucking got me good. Wait, did I say the word? I don't think I said the word. Did I? If I didn't say it, you can't get me. Anyways, I think that, let me turn on the background so people can see your sick D's Nuts setup. That was pretty good. You did? Okay, then you fucking got me good, dude. Where's the chat box? There it is. Now we can see his. Now we can see his sick D's Nuts setups. Problem with the Mayflash sticks is if you're not using them on PC, one is $60 or $70 and the other is $90. You have to plug in a controller, right? If you want to play it on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, or Xbox One, you have to plug in one of those proprietary controllers, which means that if you don't currently own the console you're trying to play on, these sticks become a lot worse. And by that I mean they become a lot less cheap. They become more expensive. Okay, let me move this too. There we go. They become a lot more expensive. And the reason why is because you have to have another piece of hardware to go along with it, right? They still have kind of the same thing that the drone and the carbon have. Very small body, mostly plastic, right? I think the F500 has a metal panel on the bottom to make it a little heavier, and an artwork panel that you can customize, right? But the F300 does not have any of that, and it's the same size, proprietary buttons, proprietary joystick, and you have to go inside of those to open them up and change everything out. But they're decent enough sticks, right? The next level, and there's really, the problem with the next level is there's really only like 2 sticks in this level. Okay, the next level is what I like to call mid-range. I don't immediately jump to the consumer level, or the consumer level is what I would call it. Maybe it's like the I don't know what else to call it. There's got to be another word for it out there. Mid-range. So it's $100 plus to 180 roughly, right? Let's go 180. I can't think of a stick that would. Once you get to like the 180, you start to get to the consumer level. Now, these are usually. I can't spell. I think the mid-range level is perfect. Okay. I have to say that with a caveat. Still lacking full customizability. Because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But there's really only like 2 to 3 sticks in this category. This category is completely dominated by Horde. Right? The Horde H-Rap. Or the H-Rap, right? The Horde Rap 4, the Horde Rap Vuelix, right? And then all the Switch versions of that exact same arcade stick. Let me see if I can pull one up. And then the Conba Crystal. There's only one other stick that really belongs in that category. I don't think it's the Rep 5, is it? I thought it was called the Rep V. Yeah, here we go. This stick, $149.99. It's a full-bodied stick. It's got a metal panel under there. The back is also metal to open it up, which is really nice. Max is 2 units. They have these all over the place. They have these for the PS4. They have these for the Xbox One. There's the exact same stick. There it is, right? They have these for the Switch. I don't think they have it for the PlayStation 5. They only have one stick out for the PlayStation 5, which is cool because we'll talk about that later. And then the other company that has a mid-range arcade stick, you don't really see a lot of these, is the Combo Crystal. This is a reused case. But the Combo Crystal is an LED stick, right? It's got an LED stick, an LED board in the stick, and an LED lights in the buttons. But it's a full stick. It's got a metal back. Once again, it's got a nice clear plexi with like some Japanese kanji on it, and then it has a metal panel under. If you can see that, right? It's got the touchpad up at the top. The only thing both of these sticks are missing, actually, is sound. They don't have a headphone jack. I actually don't currently own either one of these sticks. I do not. I was gonna pick up a Crystal, but never did. But I do have I have two of the older brothers, or two of the bigger brothers of the 8-Trap that we'll get into later when we get to the next level of arcade sticks. These arcade sticks are usually pretty solid, very easy to customize, right? It's gonna be the same thing, except these are gonna come with normally better parts out of the box. These are different Combo proprietary buttons, but they feel better than a normal Combo proprietary button, and they can easily be swapped out with Seimitsu switches or Sanwa switches if you want to. Same with the board inside of this LED joystick. You can change it out to a Sanwa PCB for a Sanwa joystick if you wanted to, and it's a perfect fit, right? It makes this a little more expensive, closer to the consumer level, but it's a mid-range arcade stick at the base. Once again, you can kind of just use these parts, let them rot, let them go bad, and then change out the parts. I find nothing wrong with either of the arcade sticks in this category. Let me just... There's another arcade stick in this category, but I hate to put it. I will anyway, because it's kind of the same as the Mayflash. It's like a bigger Mayflash from a different company. It's called the Psn X9. I think it's actual hot duty butter, but it's also a borrowed case. Let's see, is it on Amazon? Sure, here's one on eBay. Can you open? Won't open. I'm just trying to find a link to it that will open. Maybe I should go to shopping. Here we go. This is used. It's $169.99 brand new on Amazon, but here it is. This is actually a borrowed case. This is the same case as the Madcatz TE2, so it's a full nice case. It's a $250 arcade stick styled case, right? That's what this used to go for back in the day before Madcatz became defunct. Badass. There are missions. It's like a Mayflash. You have to have a controller plugged into it for it to work. Right, I wish they would show the front. Dang, they don't. They don't show the front, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, they are. So there's one thing right there. That is a Type-C USB detachable cable, which is very nice. But in the front, you see, there are two things here. There's a headphone jack, which is very nice. PS4 and Xbox One only. But that port right there, that port is for plugging in a PS4 controller, Xbox One controller, whatever. So it makes these sticks, once again, this stick that would normally be a great stick for $160, it makes them a little more expensive because you have to have the proprietary controller that you need to make this thing function on whatever console you want to play on. Also, this case opens up, and these are Sanwa buttons and a Sanwa lever, which is very nice. So it comes with high quality parts right out of the gate, unlike the Crystal, and it also has LEDs like the Crystal does, but you have to plug in a controller for this to natively work. Unfortunate. The next level, I can actually stay on the Combo website for this. Let's go back. We can just stay on the Combo website for this because they do great. The Combo website is great for this. I don't think there's any that are 180, but we'll go 180, right? To 250. And the reason why we're doing 250 is because we have to include a controller that should probably be in the mid-range level, but it's not, unfortunately. Now, these, I feel, I don't know how to spell. Perfect, fully perfect. And I say that because every full-size consumer-level arcade stick I've ever owned, I thought, damn, this was a great stick. There's only one caveat to that, and it's the newest one. Oh, I'm sorry. The newest one that was on the last generation of consoles, which is the Razer Panthera Evo. Sorry, I guess I broke it. This thing, I dislike this thing for $200. I bought this thing from a pawn shop for $120, and I totally thought it was worth it. If I had spent a full $200 on this Razer Panthera Evo, I would be fucking furious. I think this is the worst full-size consumer-level arcade stick to ever exist. And I can name some better ones. The Combo Obsidian and Pearl. The Combo Obsidian is a Vuelix version, and the Combo Pearl, and it's black, and the Combo Pearl is white and Noir. Noir is just a different kind of layout. Let's go over to the website, right? So here we are at $199.99. If you buy this on eBay, it's $250. Don't buy it on eBay. Buy it from Combo Direct. If you buy the Obsidian on eBay, it's $225. Don't buy it on, I'm not eBay, Amazon. Man, Amazon for both. Buy them on the Combo website. They're cheaper that way. There's no reason to spend extra money on Amazon. This stick was my first PS4 arcade stick, and it was beast. It's got all the features you need. It's got the LEDs, it's got Sanwa buttons, a Sanwa lever, it's got a touchpad in the front, and it's got a, like the Nacon Daija. You know, I wish that it was easier to get in America. If it was easier to get in America, I'd put it on the list. It's really hard to get. Also, I heard that the board is a little laggy compared to the rest of the full-size arcade stick. It's got the touchpad on the front. It's got the headphone jack in the near the wrist rest under you, right? And then it's got the Vuelix layout, which is a very standard layout, tournament standard. It's what the Taito Vuelix cabinets use in Japan, right? So I have a few arcade sticks that use it. Almost all of my arcade sticks actually use it. My TE2, my Comba Carbon, my Comba Drone, and the Razer Panthera Evo. They all use the Vuelix layout. Is very standard. Now this guy's got a cousin. Got a real slick, a little lighter cousin who's he's got some different moves. And it's right here. This is the Combo Pearl. It's an all-white body, same Star Trek Enterprise buttons up at the top, same PS3, PS4, PC support. It's got the headphone jack at the bottom, touchpad at the top, and the door to house the cable. Once again, all Sanwa parts, just white instead of black, and it doesn't come with the snazzy metal ball top, which is a little unfortunate. But I think that both of these are great arcade sticks. Personally, if the Pearl was out when I got my first PS4 arcade stick, I would have gotten the Pearl. I'm not a big fan of the all white. It kind of scares me because I'm real heavy-handed. I'd beat my shit up, but it's nice, and it's got the Noir layout, which is what I prefer. And if you want a stick that's Noir layout and isn't all white, your best bet, there's two best bets, but one is the Horde Fighting Edge. This stick is beast. Please don't buy it on Amazon. If you can find it on the Horde website, if it's still in stock, buy it on the Horde website. It's only $200 on the Horde website. It's $300 on Amazon, but it is totally worth it. Let me grab it. This thing is beast. Got the Horde Hayabusa buttons, low profile, short buttons. Once again, touchpad on the top. Let me change my camera. It's got the touchpad on the top up here, right? Got the headphone jack on the side. Got the headphone jack in the middle of the wrist rest. Apologies. I haven't actually had to use it because I play on PC mainly. It's got a nice sturdy body. It's got this really slick, yeah, it's super dope. It's got this really slick casted metal aluminum, brushed metal aluminum top, right? Instead of like a plexi for artwork or like a really smudgy fingerprinty style of thing like with the Obsidian and the Pearl and even the Carbon, right? It's got all the features you need. It's got the Star Trek Enterprise buttons on the side. It has a few less buttons actually. So it only has 3 buttons and then has all your sliders, which is pretty cool. I really like this stick. This stick's great. And then there's also the wrap in, which exists. I don't know if I can find it here. Hitbox is the future. We'll be talking about Hitbox here in a second. There's also the wrap in. You can find them new anymore. If you can find them new anymore, they're $200. They're $199.99. I think on Amazon they're like $249.99. So the Horde wrap in. This is a Soul Calibur 6 version of the Horde wrap in, right? I got it because it's the Soul Calibur 6 version, and I like the noir layout. I like Horde's parts. I usually upgrade the springs, but I haven't done it to this one since I just got it. I was playing with it stock. And same deal. Got the touchpad at the top. Got the where is it? Got the headphone jack right there. Headset jack, as a matter of fact, which means that you can actually talk on this thing, which is pretty cool. Got all the buttons up at the top that you're gonna need. And it also has a door. A fucking door. A fucking door. So you can't accidentally press your start button in tournament settings. It's very nice. You'd have to beat the shit out of this door to break it. Like, it's kind of hard to break. You have to slide it open. When you do, it's out of the way. It doesn't stick up. All you got to do is push it in. It's gone, right? I think the H-Trap is probably the more well-rounded version of the Fighting Edge. I think the Fighting Edge it's better for those people who like to stay at home and play and want to have something nice that feels like an arcade cabinet on their lap. This is for someone who's taking it to tournaments and stuff, and the reason why I say that is because this door, that's really the big deal here. It's this door and all of the stuff on the front, right? Instead of on the sides, it's all on the front, which is very nice. Let me talk about the next reason why we're going up to 250 for the consumer line. Sorry, I had to put my Fighting Edge down. It's fucking big. It's a big arcade stick. It's a big arcade stick. It's real big. We're also gonna switch the song. I hope that's cool. Hope you guys like Lost Impact. A big issue right now, unfortunately, is that Hitbox has actually gone up in price. The Hitbox has gone up in price. So if we go over to Hitbox's website, we look at the Hitbox. This is the future. And this is also a consumer level arcade stick. I think that it's a little pricier, but it's $250. So I went up from $200 to $250 for this because it's worth it. Right, I think that the Hitbox is a great arcade stick. Okay, I've never personally owned one. I've used one before. There's a guy at my locals. There's 2 people at my locals who use these. The mixed box is a little more expensive, but you could also classify it in the same category, or you can make one yourself if one of your sticks has SOCD cleaning. My bad. You can just make one yourself. Change the top panel, or put a Cardi Mod or a T-Spin or an Odin on there, which is pretty cool. This has buttons for your movements instead, and it's got smaller buttons so that your hands can be closer together and be more ergonomic. You don't have like to spread your hands out more for the 30mm buttons. These are all 24s except for that big jump button at the bottom. That is the up button. It's actually not the down button. For anyone who's very confused about that, it's because a lot of games on PC, if you really think about it, use spacebar for jump. Like shooting games, they use spacebar for jump. You don't press up on the WASD because that's just going to give you forward, right? You would press up. I mean, you'd press the spacebar to jump, and that's kind of what this is emulating. It's basically a PC controller without being a PC controller. It's also fully featured, except for the fact the Hitbox is more ergonomically designed, which is cool, and it also makes more sense for those who are in tournament fully, because all it has is the buttons that you need, which is like touchpad, home, options, and share. That's all it has or whatever. But it doesn't have any other features. It doesn't open up very well. You have to like go into the back. It's not like whoosh, pop the hood on it like something like a TE or anything like that, TE2. It doesn't have a headphone jack. You can't listen to sound through this. And it doesn't have storage for the detachable cable. It does have a detachable cable, which is very nice, but it doesn't have storage for it, right? It doesn't have like a door, doesn't have like wraparound posts, anything like that. But the Hitbox is great. I think the main thing is motions almost never use up. TK is like the only time, so it's more helpful to have down. Yeah, I agree, but I'm saying I think that was the big premise was just like, okay, if you're coming from a keyboard style of setting, then Hitbox makes sense for you, and let's make it make even more sense by putting up right here, for putting jump right here, which makes sense. I can get behind that. There's only 2 sticks left here. I think right now, unfortunately, Horde is like super duper dominating the market. Because I don't recommend the Razer Panthera, but we'll put it. The Evo specifically, because you can find the Evo, but you can't find the regular Razer Panthera at $250. You're paying upwards of $300 for that. Same thing with the TE2 Plus or TE2 for the PS4. Those are going to be PS5 compatible, if I'm not mistaken. They're very fucking hard to find at retail because they're not made anymore, right? I think the major important ones, once again, is that Horde is just killing the game here. So we're going to go Horde. This is an honorable mention because it's not out yet. We're going to go over to it. I'm also going to show you what it looks like its peak form. This is the Horde Fighting Stick Alpha that we're going to show you guys. The PS5 version, which is the main one, right? This is going to be $199.99. Releases the day after my birthday. Horde, hook me up. Or I'll do a review. Hook me up. This stick right here, I already own it, but I own the Xbox One version. It's a little bit cheaper. I think it's like $180 on average, $189.99. So it's $10 less, or $179.99. This stick is great. I have this stick. Fully featured. It's got the touchpad, or it's gonna have the touchpad, as you see on that one. But it's got the view button. It's got all your buttons up here at the top. Let me make this camera bigger. Apologies. All the buttons at the top, as you see, right? On like a different tier, it's like a different plane. You can feel the difference. It's got the wrist rest, just like with the Fighting Edge, right? Not like the, unfortunately, the Wrap-In doesn't have that. I think that's one thing that the Wrap-In is missing, is that it doesn't actually have a wrist rest. It's just a big ass box, right? But this, it's got the wrist rest. Got the nice full featured panel, right? It's got the Noir layout. Start buttons over here. And this bad boy is, I consider this the spiritual successor to the Madcatz TE2. And I think the reason why, because it opens up. Metal case with it's a plastic case with a metal panel at the top, just like the TE2. So it's almost an all plastic design. Very easy to open up, very easy to customize, just like a TE2. I think this is essentially the new age version of the TE2, which is super nice. I have the Xbox One version, or the Xbox Series version, that I have an adapter will make work on PS4. Thank goodness. It's also got these handy dandy handles on the side and right here. I'm gonna drop this shit. You're not gonna do it, right? It's got 3 handles on the back, which is really, really cool. And I don't recommend getting this one unless you're a PC player, or I'm thinking of getting the Crystal. I think the Crystal is a really good stick. I don't recommend this version of the stick, and the reason why is because it's not compatible for the PS5. I recommend just waiting on the PS5 version. Comes out in like a month and a half, right? Comes out August 31st. It's $199.99. This version is not $199.99 because I have put a lot of work into it. But all these parts are going on the PS5 version. If hopefully Horde gives me a review sample. If not, I'll pick it up myself because I want it, right? When I say fully featured, I mean that because it also has a headphone jack, just like the rest of the $200 Horde sticks, which I think is a really, really good feature. If you're actually a console player and you're not playing on PC, you can use this to chat with your buddies. You don't have to go to Discord or Skype or Facebook Messenger group chat. You don't need any of that stuff. You just plug it right in here. You open up a party chat and you're labbing and gaming with your friends and talking that good shit, which is really, really cool. That is the PS4. That is the Xbox One version, unfortunately, or Xbox Series X version. This is the PS4 version. It's gonna have a different artwork on there, as you see. Got a blue artwork. The Xbox artwork is a little bit different. With the amount of boxes you have, you could fund a small army. I actually don't have the boxes anymore for a lot of them. I have the box for the Razer Panthera Evo, Fighting Edge, and I think I have the box for the Soul Calibur version of the Wrap-In. I think. I could be wrong. There's one more tier to arcade sticks. One more tier. There's 2 sticks. There's only, right now, currently, there's 3 sticks in it, but one is not in stock. There's 3 major sticks in this new. Yeah, 3 or 4 boxes. I don't have the arcade. I have the arcade sticks, of course, but I don't have the boxes for a lot of these sticks anymore. Scroll over. So, go to the Dragon. So this is one of them. This is a $300 arcade stick, the Combo Dragon. This is once again a fully featured joystick, Sono parts through and through. Got the nice LEDs. Got a studded, metal studs in the front, right there at the top. It can open up. Great stick. It's a great stick. I don't own it. I decided that I'd rather have something with an OR layout. So instead of spending $300 on this, I'll just spend $200 on this. It's fine. They both open up. One's a fully aluminum casing, except these two plastic things on the side with a plexi panel on the top. So this big boy is heavy, 12 pounds. 12 pounds is a big boy. The other one, also fully metal, right? For the most part. The Victrix Pro Fs, this is $350. Got all the features you're looking for. It's got a detachable cable, Type C to Type C, Type C to Type A. Super easy to roll that bad boy up, right? You got the studs at the top. Opens up just like the Combat Dragon, okay? Opens up just like the Horde Fighting Stick Alpha. It's got the touchpad, it's got a headphone jack, and it also has a storage compartment for your removable lever, because this lever actually comes off. You can actually put this shit inside of the stick. You can take it off and put it inside of the stick. But unfortunately right now, I think these are fully out of stock. This is a $350 arcade stick, but it's top of the line. I will say, after owning the Fighting Edge, I haven't had it very long, but after owning the Fighting Edge, touching on this metal, if you're somewhere cold, this metal is very, very easy to get cold. So if you're getting something like the Fighting Edge, it's real cold to the touch. It's going to be cold to the touch. As a matter of fact, it's a full metal chassis instead of metal. And then this has metal on the bottom. It's got plastic in the middle and metal on the top. Okay. That in the middle right there, that's plastic. Okay. So this thing's going to be lighter. This thing, I believe, is 9 pounds. Right. So this Victrix Pro is, I believe, sitting at 13 pounds. It's either 13 or 12, which is the same as the Combat Dragon. Heavy stick. A real big, heavy stick. And there's only one other stick to talk about in this category, and that is the Hitbox Cross-Up. The Vuelix stick is like $500, but you can't get it anymore. You can't actually buy it. We can go over to Horde's website and take a look if you want to. Yeah, it's supposed to mimic the Taito Vuelix cabinet. I don't think you can buy it anymore. I don't think it exists. Like, you have to find it, and that's the reason why I didn't talk about the original Razer Panthera, because you really can't find it retail of $200 anymore. TE2s, I think they're great sticks, right? For $200, I think they're great sticks. They're phenomenal. But you can't really find a TE2 in good condition for no $200 no more. People know what they have, and they're selling. I've seen TE2s on eBay working with the original parts and box for upwards of $350, which is the same as the Victrix Pro. I don't really think that it's worth that much. Yeah, if we go to the arcade sticks, go to PS4. Yeah, they no longer have it. Yeah, that's the original wrap-in, by the way. This is the wrap-in that I think you guys should get. It's actually $169.99. Holy shit. Is it in stock? I don't think it is. Not for that price. Yeah, there we go. $237. I thought it was $249.99. So $237 on Amazon. Unfortunately, it's not the $169.99. If this was $169.99, this shit would be beast. This would probably be. I would recommend this stick. I do get this stick. Get this stick. Get this. No wrist rest, but get this stick. Get this stick. This stick is great, and even look at it. It looks fucking gorgeous. Got the black and gold aesthetic. I really like that. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have the Vuelix anymore, and it was like $500 or $499 at its price when it was brand new. There's one very small stick that I forgot to talk about in the entry level right here. Right, there's a bunch of entry level sticks, but I didn't want to mention them because I don't think they're worth it. There's a bunch of mid-range level sticks, but I think that these are the main mid-range level sticks you should be looking at. And there's a bunch of great consumer level sticks. Consumer level sticks they're all almost great. Okay, I think the Razer Panthera Evo has problems, but a lot of people really like the Razer Panthera Evo. Yeah, I might be weird in the way that I feel about the Razer Panthera Evo, but I got it for $120, and I think it's worth it. I don't think that it would have been worth it at $200. I think that if it was $149.99, it'd probably be a better stick. I don't like the Mayflash sticks, but I do put them on here because some people do like that compatibility and have multiple consoles already and have an Xbox controller and have a PS4 controller, so it's no big deal. Me personally, I don't want to have to bring a controller and like plug the controller in and all that stuff, so I think that they can kind of be omitted. I don't think they're all that great, at least for my use case, right? The smallest stick in existence, I could show you, but that's not what's going on the list. So the Horde Fighting Stick Mini, $50. $50 little joystick. They have it on Amazon at $50. I think, yeah, at $50. I have one in my cart. I think, oh, I don't. It says 0. Oh, I'm not signed in. Never mind. This thing's a toy. Okay, this thing is something that's so small it's really hard for an adult with normal size hands to play on. Okay, this is for like a kid who like is interested in arcade sticks and wants to find, and you want to find out if your son or daughter or little brother or cousin or nephew or niece wants an arcade stick one day, and they want to mash around on Street Fighter right now and Mortal Kombat and beat 'em ups and shoot 'em ups. Okay, this is what you get them. Okay, so honorable mention if you're getting it for a kid, or you're getting it as a novelty to sit in the background of your stream like I probably will do at some point, this stick right here. Super tiny stick. Honorable mention. And there is a smaller arcade stick, but we're not going to show it right now. Right now we're going to get into the cross hub. This is the last of the not premium. Yeah, premium. This is the last of the premium level arcade sticks. And this one, the reason why it's a premium arcade stick is actually, I believe its price comes from the fact that it is very different from the other sticks on the market. It has 2 ways to move. It has a joystick and it has the hitbox controls on the same panel, and it's a full, super nice black plexi, and it's an all metal case. This is an all metal case. It's got all your buttons in the very tip top in the front, I believe. Yeah, there they are. It's got all your buttons in the front. It's got the same style of connector for your detachable cable. Once again, doesn't open up, doesn't have headphone jack. Okay, so it is missing features, but they put those features that matter to the next level on this stick. Same thing with the hitbox, and the reason why is because they want these are for tournament use. Okay, these kind of sticks, the hitbox cross up and the hitbox original arcade stick, aren't really for like sitting at home, gaming, having your headset plugged in. They expect you to have like a nice Total Beach headset that you plug in via USB receiver, or I don't know, maybe you just game with big ass speakers or something. Maybe you're crazy, or you're in a tournament setting. That's the main thing. I'm not even gonna look at the Smashbox because that's very specific for Melee and Ultimate. It's not really made for it's also sold out, but it's not really made for traditional fighting games. So I'm not trying to say that Smash isn't a fighting game, but I'm saying it's not a traditional fighter. It's not what it's made for, so we're not really going to talk about that. There's no point. There's one other stick that I want to put in the mid-range level that I totally forgot about. It's an honorable mention, and this honorable mention really only matters. Those buttons like dude, yeah, they probably are. This honorable mention really only matters if 1, you're a collector, and 2, you mainly only play on PC. This stick is a fully functioning arcade stick that can be plugged into your PC, but is also a mini console. Okay, this is a full-size arcade stick. It costs $129.99. It's got a headphone jack. It's got controller ports because it's also a console, but you can actually plug this into your PC. I use Stick for Rivals. I did too. I didn't play on I played on Stick on Rivals. Comes with like a bunch of fighting games in it. Pretty cool. But mainly, if you already like the idea of playing on arcade stick, but like you play on PC and then you also want a mini console, right? Mini consoles they're not very cheap, right? They're like $100. This is $129.99. You're getting unbranded parts, unfortunately, but you can open this up and change out these parts. The Seimitsu parts. Seimitsu parts fit in this thing perfectly. There's a Seimitsu LS50 lever, I believe, and then Seimitsu buttons, screw-in type buttons, not screw-in, snap-in type buttons fit in these holes perfectly. Any 30mm button will fit. And you can plug and play this on your PC. It recognizes it as an Xbox One styled controller because it has X input, which is very nice. This is an honorable mention for the mid-range. I didn't think about it until right now. I would recommend this over the fucking Psn X9 because that is basically a glorified Mayflash and a TE2 body. Unfortunately, you'd have to bust that shit open and put a real PCB in there. You don't have to do that with this. You're not really using this on console. There is an adapter to make it work on console, but you don't really need it. There's no point in any of that. And just for shits and giggles, because Mr. Sup wants to see it, we will show you guys the world's smallest arcade stick. For shits and giggles, we'll show you guys the world's smallest arcade stick. It's from New Waves Toys. It's $19.99. It has 6 buttons: jab, strong, and fierce, short, forward, and roundhouse. It's got it. These are actually micro switch buttons and a micro switch joystick, and it's got the start button up at the top. This thing apparently works legacy mode on PS4, but I don't recommend you playing on this. Like, I seriously don't recommend you playing on this. Once again, it's novelty, it's cute. I wouldn't personally buy it and play on it. I would just buy it as like a joke. You know what I mean? I'd have it. If someone comes over and when I move into my new place and they're like, hey, I want to play some fighting games with you, I'd hand them this and be like, oh, you've never used an arcade stick before? Here you go, as a joke. And then proceed to hand them one of the bigger boy sticks that I have behind me. This is the only place you can get it is on this website right here. It costs $20. If you think it's really funny and you want it, you should get it. I think there's no reason not to, right? Because it's $20 and it's funny. But please don't play on it. It works natively on PC, by the way, and doesn't have a shitboard in it. It's actually reasonably responsive. But please don't use this on PC. From what I've heard, at least, from Reddit fight sticks and like YouTube videos that I've seen on it. Please don't. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Please don't. This is the smallest fight stick in the world, I think. Honorable mention for consumer level, because I fucking forgot. All hitbox styled arcade sticks are fine, right? You could put any of these in this spot, but because I just put hitbox. But the Snackbox Micro is $215, and those players got to use the mini. It'd be a cool idea for side tournaments at locals. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Snackbox Micro, it's essentially a hitbox, but very small. When I say very small, I mean like you could fit this shit in your pocket. I'm not trolling. And that's a full-size arcade stick. That's their Snackbox V2. And look how small it is in comparison. Look at that. Look how small. Man has it in his pocket. I've seen a lot of people using it in tourneys. Yeah, they're very good. And they also have actual hot swappable switches in them. They are, I think these are low-profile cherry reds or kale reds. They're either kale reds or cherry reds. Very cool. Very cool. We went over a lot of sticks today. Okay, we went over a lot of things, but let's just sum it up real quick. When it comes to entry level, I don't really like the Mayflash sticks. I think that like the Horde fighting stick mini is kind of a meme. It's very funny. Please don't buy anything unbranded. If you're gonna go for a starter stick, I recommend the Combo Drone. If you're on PS4/PS5, I recommend the Combo Carbon if you're on PC. The Combo Carbon, first of all, is a bigger body, has sturdier parts, easier to modify, and it comes with these super sick clamps. Fuck. You guys can hear me, right? Cool. Comes with these super sick clamps that you can attach to your desk. These clamps also work on the drone, but you can't buy them a la carte. They only come with the Carbon. Feels bad. You can attach it to your desk. I did it during the YouTube video that I put out about the Carbon, if I'm not mistaken. Mid-range level arcade sticks. Here, like, say, it just really depends what you're on. It just really depends what you're on. If you're in the mid-range level, all the A-traps are pretty good. I want to get an arcade stick, cool. Well, you came at the right time. All the A-trap sticks are good. All of them, right? Whether it's the A-trap 4 or the A-trap 5, all the ones on the Switch, they all perform exactly the same. All the ones on the PS4, Xbox One, they all perform the same. It's just about the body. If we go over to Horde's website, you can see they actually have a fuck ton of different options for them. I'm a Horde shield till the day I die now. I don't know what happened, but I fucking love Horde. At some point, I just started liking Horde arcade sticks more than any other, and I just can't stop. When we go to the Nintendo Switch, they have the Mini again, and then they have the A-Trap. They also have like a Chun-Li version of this, a Street Fighter 2 Anniversary version of this, a Ryu version of this, and then they have it on the Xbox One. Oh, they don't. Not anymore. They no longer sell it, unfortunately. And then they also have it on PS4. This stick, Wonderful Lux can attest for this stick. He's had it for years. All he's ever done on this stick is change out the buttons and maybe the joystick, right? But he's had this exact same stick, the Horde Rap 4 Kai, for years. Wonderful Lux can 100% attest for. I've tried an A-Trap, but I've never owned one. I've never owned an A-Trap. The only sticks of this generation that I've owned and sold, unfortunately, were the Combo Obsidian and... the fuck was the name of the other stick? The fuck was the name of the other stick? The Madcatz TES Plus. The Madcatz TES Plus. That's what it was. And Madcatz is defunct, so we can't really talk about Madcatz sticks. And then in the... oh, and the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro is great if you're a PC player. If you're a PC player, no meme, I think for the price, the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, because it's a mini console, and it's also a stick that works natively on PC and on PS4 with like a $30 adapter. I think the stick's fine. It doesn't come with branded parts, but it is a solid body, all plastic with an aluminum panel or a metal panel inside of it to give it some weight, and it's $129.99. So spending another $40 to upgrade the parts puts it at $1 $69, $170, right? That's really not that bad for an arcade stick. That's also a mini console. Pretty great. That you can plug a second controller into and play fucking 2-player. I almost want to buy one of these and take it to locals with 2 of the Neo Geo Arcade Stick, Neo Geo Pro controllers, and just plug this shit in and play like old Sam shows and old King of Fighters. That'd be cool. Now we're back on to the consumer level. I'll talk about the premium level here in a second, but the consumer level, I say this wholeheartedly. I think all the consumer level sticks are great. Even though I don't believe that the Razer Panthera Evo belongs in that category, it's a great stick. I just personally don't like it for a full $200. When I bought mine for $120, I'm happy with it, but I wouldn't have been happy with it $200, and I'm honest with myself about that. They usually come with badass parts right out of the gate, Sanwa, Horde, or Razer's proprietary micro switch buttons that are very, very fast. We got the Obsidian / Pearl because it's the same stick but with a different layout. One's white, one's black. The wrap-in, which I showed you guys my Soul Calibur 4 version. I'm sorry, Soul Calibur 6 version. The Fighting Edge, which is on my lap currently. This is my favorite stick to have on my lap. This stick is fucking perfect. This stick is great, right? Only thing it doesn't do is open up. The Hitbox, the Snackbox Micro, the Paradise Arcade Impress, right? The Razer Panthera Evo, and the Fighting Stick Alpha for either the Xbox One / Xbox Series consoles or the PS5 version, which, if you're a console player playing on PS4 or PS5, and you're waiting to get an arcade stick, you're waiting to make the jump, and you're on PS4 natively or PS5 natively, but also play on PC, I fully recommend waiting for the PS5 version of this stick. I fully recommend waiting for the PS5 version of the Horde Fighting Stick Alpha. This is my favorite arcade stick. Unfortunately, it's the Xbox One version, so I have to give it to the Fighting Edge right now. But everything about this stick, every feature of this stick, especially now that I put the aluminum panel on it, I fucking love. So when I get the PS5 version, all these parts are going on that stick, which is great. And with great base parts out of the gate, I just happened to change them because I really like the combo gravity buttons. And I put a silent Horde optical lever in there instead of using the regular, traditional, very clicky Horde lever. And then we're on to the last category, because this video has been like an hour, which is fucked up. And I'm not editing it because I don't edit any of my YouTube content. The last category, which is the fucking premium shit, bro. It's the premium shit, man. And that is the Hitbox Cross-Up, which is $300 with an all-metal case, tournament durable, detachable cable, the Victrix Pro, all the fucking features in the world, full metal case, opens up, touchpad, removable lever, 3.5 millimeter audio jack with a headphone extension, like you can use a headset, and then the Comba Dragon, which is once again $300, aluminum chassis with a metal ball top, metal dust washer, plastic sides, LEDs, touchpad, clips at the top to wrap up your cable, opens up, badass arcade sticks. All these arcade sticks up at the top, this is you flexing. If you buy anything other than a cross-up, the cross-up actually has purpose. Okay, but if you buy a Victrix Pro or a Dragon, or you find a Horde VLX or whatever they're called, a Taito VLX, you find one of those sticks and you spend $400 on an arcade stick, $349.99 or $299 or $499. You spend them, you're flexing, bro. You're flexing, but they're all great sticks in their own right. And I think if you have the money for them and you know you're going to be invested in fighting games for a real long time, and you're a stay-at-home player, because these sticks are all pretty heavy. The fight stick, the Victrix Pro, I think might be 10 pounds. It might actually be 2 pounds lighter than the Dragon. The Dragon is real hard to take to tournaments because it's really fucking heavy. The cross-up is also, I believe, 11.2 pounds. So it's pretty heavy, but it's not as heavy as the Dragon or the VLX. VLX is 12 pounds, so it rivals the Dragon. It's the only stick on the market that rivals the Dragon that's like not a custom stick. But when it comes to buyable sticks that are like officially licensed, these are the top end. Now, this has been a really, really long segment in my stream and a really long YouTube video, and I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through it. Please say hi to YouTube, and if you're watching this on the YouTube, we do this style of content every week. You know, we try to put out some talk segments. We're not just all about the fighting game gameplay. We like to talk about arcade hardware. We like to talk about what's going on in fighting games, like new releases or characters or things like that. But I really want to put out this guide. It's really long. I'm so sorry. I'm not concise at all. I can't do it. It's not me. I love rambling because I love arcade sticks. And hopefully, looking at this list of arcade sticks, you find something that's right for you and get into something that you want to try. Right? Say you've been on one of these your whole life, one of these pads your whole life, and you're ready to give stick a shot. There's a lot of great options out there, especially in this generation. I think this generation, the PS4, PS5, / Xbox One and Xbox Series generation has a lot of good sticks that are either already out on the market or currently about to come out August 31st. The Horde Fighting Stick Alpha PS5. I'm a shill. I love Horde, dude. I'm a whore for Horde. Anyways, this has been Beanie Thuggish for the YouTubes, signing out and saying peace.